And I am very, very disappointed with the man to my right.
Shocker.
Wow.
Let's go there right now, okay? Because he's a bad man, right?
He is a bad man.
Okay, all right. Let's start there with that heavyweight matchup. So, Stephen A., you turned your back on that bad man earlier this week and picked the Packers to lose. But guess what? Aaron Rodgers, without who? Devontae Adams. Without who? Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Without who? Alan Lazard.
Wow.
He beat the undefeated Cardinals last night, the new pretty thing you were all excited about. Rodgers, without his three best receivers, threw for 184 yards, 2 TDs in the win, proving how much of that bad man he is. Aaron, how are you feeling today?
I've just been really enjoying life and football on a whole new level, and I just have a greater appreciation for moments like this, a greater connectedness to my teammates. I told them in the locker room after the game just to savor these moments, because this is the kind of things you think about and talk about 20 years from now when you're done playing. The special locker room celebrations, the elation on the sideline after a big play that seals a game. There's nothing like this game. It's a special game that gives you so many lifelong memories and friendships, and I'm so thankful to still be playing and still be playing at a high level in year 17.
I can relate. Before we break this down, how could you? The betrayal to Aaron Rodgers.
Well, a couple of things. I think, first of all, I think it's important to give just America, everybody here at FAMU and everybody watching in America, I think it's important to give them the breaking news. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I just think it's important. I just think it's important to mention that, okay? I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I know it's hard to believe it's true. Listen.
I don't think that's ever been said, Mr. Smith. I don't think anyone has ever said.
Here's the deal. He's a bad man. And that's just the way it is, okay? Without 3 receivers, not 1, not 2, but 3 receivers, the man went out there and handled his business. I expected more from the Arizona Cardinals. They were undefeated. We saw Kyler Murray. We saw A.J. Green out there. We saw DeAndre Hopkins out there, and I expected more. And as far as I'm concerned, they might have taken it for granted because, you know what, he don't have Devontae Adams. He don't have Valdez-Scantling. He doesn't have Lazard. So guess what? They're going to have to run the ball to beat us. That was my mentality. And Aaron Rodgers went out there and reminded everybody what a bad brother he is.
I think you're the only person that needed to be reminded. I think everybody else knew. I think everybody else saw the way that Aaron Rodgers has been playing this football season and knew that Aaron Rodgers was capable of doing what he did. Me, I'm not in your seat. I'm not the one that should be able to say the things that actually make sense. That's your job, not mine. So it's crazy. It's crazy when I see you make the mistakes that you make. Sometimes I text you. I know you read the messages. You choose not to listen. But Aaron Rodgers is, as you said, a bad man and has been for quite some time. You don't doubt greatness, Stephen A. You don't doubt greatness, and that's what you did.
He coined the term.
I know.
A bad man.
Yes, he did.
He's a bad man.
A bad man.
Did you see when adversity hit, what did he do? He turned his back on him real quick.
You know what it is, but Stephen A.'s like a lot of people, and they are still caught up on that opening day game, right, with the Saints, right? They were off, but everybody has a bad game, Stephen A. That's a bad man, okay? You got to stick with who you ride with. And you have ruled
brought
with
to the
Aaron
dance.
Rodgers so
Wait a minute.
Well, Packer, you know how to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, Kev.
Should we ban him from calling Aaron Rodgers that bad man?
I don't know if he's earned the moniker.
I don't know if he's
earned the ability.
You can't say that anymore.
Stephen A. Smith, Kevin Hart, today have taken the ability from you to say anything in regards to Aaron Rodgers with you using the phrase, he's a bad man. You're on punishment from it because you're not true to what you've said, to what you made other people aware of. To doubt that man.
So it is said and so it is done.
Thank you.
Right here on First Take.
Thank you, Packer.
We stand in agreement.
So you brothers got me down here in Tallahassee, Florida. Y'all just gonna jump on me. Y'all didn't even wait 5 minutes. You didn't even wait 5 minutes. Just gonna jump on me like that.
You knew what it was.
Don't you worry, because gentlemen, it was also, see, they know what it is. It was also that pretty young thing that caught your eye. How'd that turn out? How's the Arizona Cardinals offense looking?
Oh.
You had number one on your Stevens A-list. We'll have one of those later in the show for you all live in person.
You mean the most fluid list in all of America? The list that changes, that blows the wind.
Yes, now you see why we got to say fluid.
It's fluid. But let me ask y'all a question. Did anybody predict anybody to be 17-0 this season? No. I damn sure know you didn't pick your Eagles to be 17-0.
Not about the Eagles.
All right, don't get me started.
Not about the Eagles.
Don't get me started. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers already got a loss. Y'all already got a loss. I mean, I'm just saying. They got one. Listen, they won the game last night. Arizona was undefeated, and they were going against an Aaron Rodgers squad where he didn't have his three, not one, not two, but three primary receivers. I mean, it's beyond the realm of comprehension that I thought last night was going to be a bad night.
I mean, for me it is, but I'm not you. I don't think how you think.
The only thing, Stephen A., is just that you are somebody that always talks about how Aaron Rodgers or an amazing player can transcend adversity.
That's true.
You said that. I've heard you say that.
Yes.
That's right.
I just think you underestimated at the end of the day what they were going to be able to come in there and do. Now, Arizona, they did lose that game, right? They did have the opportunity. I was so impressed, Kyler coming down the field at the end of the game. They had an opportunity.
Yes, they did.
But at the end of the day, he is a bad man,
Well,
with or without. And you know his record without Devontae Adams.
Let's get a little specific here because you know how I can critique Kevin. You know how. A.J. Green, first of all, we forgot you existed until you came back and showed and resurrected yourself, because I love A.J. Green. He balled in Cincinnati, then had a couple of injuries, came back this year in Arizona. And I love A.J. Green. It's 14 seconds left on the clock. You throwing a pass to him in the end zone. He didn't even look where he had his back turned. How did you make that mistake?
It's okay. You're trying to blame other people.
Right now, this is a bad move that you're making.
What's the bad move?
Well, what you're doing is fumbling. Sometimes when people are falling, they look for other
Grab.
stuff to grab on.
You grab on the
He's trying to bring other people down.
Just fall.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm asking you to just fall.
Just fall.
Why would I fall? Why would I do that?
Just fall
You picked
and lay down, and you're wrong. That's it.
You picked wrong.
That's it.
You didn't believe. It is what it is,
It's
Stephen
okay.
A.
It's okay.
This is bad.
Stephen A's in a sunken place for a quick moment. Gentlemen, I want to focus on something else, though. Let's talk about the NFC as a whole. I see your Bucks helmet. I know you ride for Tampa. I love me some TB12. Do you think the Bucks are the best team in the NFC?
They are the best team. They are. Listen. We are in Florida. Listen, you got a lot of people in Florida. I'm from 727-813. That's our area code. Let me tell you something.
Be careful. Jacksonville and Miami are in Florida, too.
Yes, they are, but nobody's having that conversation about either of those teams.
Tom Brady's not in Jacksonville or Miami last time I checked.
The NFC is a track race. It is a track race, and you cannot afford to slip one. It's one bye week. And it is going to be, this was a big loss for Arizona because they still got to go through that gauntlet that is the NFC West, right? The thing about Tampa is that if you look at the way they've been decimated by injuries this entire year, it's hard to point to another team that has only got one loss, that has lost, their entire secondary, right? Week 7, they played their 7th tandem of cornerbacks. Gone. Antonio Brown, multiple games, Robert Gronkowski, all of that, right? So you look at their record with everything that they have done. If they start to get healthy at the right time, I don't know who you pick over them. I really mean that.
I can feel you on that. You're not going to say the Eagles, are you? Not going to say the Eagles. I'm just checking. You're not going to say the Eagles, are you?
Kev, I feel like you ought to sit this one out.
Let me tell you something. You guys are talking about the wrong thing. My brother Will Packer has an amphitheater named after him.
That's called dyslexia.
You guys are talking about the wrong thing. Now, I understand the reason for football conversation and speaking on the NFC, and I would love to partake in that on any other day. But today, I feel like my words and my voice should be dedicated to what's special. And that's this moment.
I agree with you. I agree with Kevin Hart, if not for one thing. I totally agree, because that's why we here. That's why we here. But I would say this. You did just accuse me a few minutes ago of fumbling. What was that? What was that?
Now?
That damn show wasn't catching the pass.
He's a dreamer. Do you see his shirt?
What I just did was address the moment. Okay. Not the now, not the yesterday, the moment.
Well, we got a 2-hour moment.
Okay, well, here's the thing about me, Stephen A. Smith.
What?
Here's the difference. Here's the difference between me and you. I have no problem saying when I'm wrong if there's something for me to be wrong about. Right now, I just said it's wrong for you guys to speak on the NFC when we got a man who's accomplished such an amazing moment.
He knows.
Right? Yeah, that's the.
He knows how to play to the crowd.
Play to the crowd.
We'll fan you.
That's why he's the superstar.
We'll fan you.
That's why he's the superstar he is.
This is why my brother is one of the best in the business.
That's right.
That is classic deflection. And I accept all of that. I really do. But he don't want no parts of a conversation.
Who do you think it is, though?
It's Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's the best team in football.
It's Tampa Bay. Of course it's Tampa Bay.
And by the way, but we slept on Green Bay, and we have to modify our thinking to something because it's fluid.
In no way, shape, or form. In no way,
fluid.
shape, or form, Will, when we say Tampa Bay being the best team in the NFC, is that our way of saying that Tampa Bay is a shoo-in to win the Super Bowl this year?
No.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
want to make sure that
We got
you
a
don't.
tough game this week.
Well, I just want to make sure that you don't misinterpret that information as being a
you're
sure
right.
thing.
One thing we do know for sure is that it won't be the Eagles.
Well, here's what you don't know. Here's what you do not know. Here's what you do not know about the Eagles.
Okay.
We're in a rebuilding stage, and that's fine. That's fine. It happens. Every great program goes through it. And there's no program like this one that lives in the city of Philadelphia. You don't have a stronger group of individuals with a better piece of hope, okay? Now, on my shirt, it says Dreamer for a reason. You understand me? It says Dreamer, and I'm dreaming of the days that we get back to the Super Bowl. It won't be this year, but it will soon come. It will soon come. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Let me ask you this, Stephen A. Now when we're focusing on the NFC West, after seeing, the Cardinals lose to that bad man, as I predicted it, do you think the Rams are ahead of the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC West?
Listen, I can't say that because the Cardinals handed it to them when they faced each other straight up about 3 weeks ago. So we can't get that far. Secondly, it is football any given Sunday, not to, bring up